Welcome back to United Minds Collective Podcast. This is United Minds Studio, and this is where our minds are always better together. I'm Pamela Watkins, and here we explore how we grow, thrive, and elevate as individuals and as a community. Let's dive in. Okay, so if you caught episode 1, you already know this season is different. We're not just here to talk about growth anymore. We're here to actually do it. And I want to start this episode by asking you something I had to ask myself not too long ago. Are you actually growing, or are you just thinking about it? Because those two things feel the same from the inside, and they are not. Here's what happened to me. When I launched season 1 of this podcast, I felt like I had arrived. Like I did it. I built it. I built something. I showed up. I took the leap of faith. And in my mind, that one move meant that all was well. So I coasted. I stopped meditating consistently. I stepped back from therapy. I was balancing work, the toolkit, the podcast, my social life, doing everything everywhere all at once. And because I was producing content about growth, healing, and mindset, I genuinely believed I was doing the work. I was talking about it every single week. Surely that counted for something, right? It didn't. Because here's what nobody tells you about the illusion of progress. It feels productive. It looks productive from the outside. But on the inside, you're slowly unraveling. And I definitely was. I want to be really honest with you right now because I think this is very important. By the time season 1 was ending, I was burnt out, like genuinely deeply burned out. I was dragging my feet to record. I was exhausted just even thinking about it. The thing I had started out of passion had started to feel like a weight I was carrying. And I didn't understand why, because I was doing everything right on paper. I was going out, living my life, being social. And I'm not going to pretend like I was home meditating every night because I wasn't. I got caught up. I got comfortable, distracted. And because I was showing up every week on this podcast talking about healing and mindset, I convinced myself that I was doing the work. I truly was not. I was overstimulated in every single area of my life. And I didn't even realize it because I was too busy moving to stop and feel it. And then the cracks started to show. Not in my content, not in my work, at home. My daughter started having these really intense temper tantrums. I mean, intense. Now, I work in behavior. This is literally what I do professionally. So my first instinct was to try to fix it, analyze it, understand it, address the behavior head on. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized something that completely stopped me in my tracks. She wasn't the problem. She was the mirror. Children reflect what's happening in their environment, what's happening in your home, what's often happening in us. And I had to face something really hard. I wasn't playing with her the way a 3-year-old needs a mother to play with her. I wasn't giving her that undivided, fully present attention that she deserved. I was so overstimulated and stretched across so many things that by the time I got home, I had nothing left to give. I kept telling myself, she's fine. She's smart. She's independent. She can definitely handle it. But 3-year-olds are not built to handle that. They need us to show up fully, consistently, and be 100% present. And I was not doing that. And what she was showing me through every meltdown, every moment of dysregulation, was a mother who was running on empty and hadn't even admitted it to herself yet. I said in episode 1, and I meant it. If my household isn't right, nothing I'm building is going to be right neither. That wasn't just a quote, that was a confession. Because in that season, my household wasn't right. And I had to look myself in the mirror and ask the hardest question. What am I actually doing? Not what am I posting? Not what am I recording? What am I doing for the people and the life that matters most to me? And that question changed everything. I got serious about therapy in a way I hadn't before. I bought back meditation, not perfectly, not every single day, but intentionally. I started protecting my peace like it was my job. I slowed down. I started being more present with my daughter, actually getting on the floor and playing with her, actually showing up the way she needed, not the way I thought was enough. And slowly, things started to shift at my home, in me, in her. And I'm not standing here telling you I figured it out overnight because I didn't. I made a decision to stop just thinking about doing better and actually go and do better. And that decision, that one term, is what this entire season is built on. Here's what I learned from all of it. There's a difference between being busy and actually growing. I was doing a lot, trust me, I was moving, okay? But motion is not the same thing as progress. I was producing, showing up, checking boxes, but none of what I was doing was actually addressing what needed the most attention: my peace, my presence, my home. You can be in constant motion and still be completely stuck. And that's the trap I want us to talk about today. Because a lot of us aren't lazy, we're not unmotivated. We're just busy doing everything except for the thing that actually needs to be done. And here's what's different about season 2. I'm not going to leave you with something just to think about. We're going to do something together, collectively. Every episode this season, I'm going to give you a reflection and an experiment. Something small, real, and something you can actually do before the next episode drops. Because that's what integration looks like in practice. Not a complete overhaul, just one intentional move at a time. So here's your reflection for this episode. I want you to get honest with yourself. Is there an area of your life where you have been thinking about growing, but haven't actually did anything about that? Maybe it's your mental health, a relationship you know needs boundaries. Maybe it's something you've been putting off for months, telling yourself you'll start when the time is right. I want you to identify just one, not 5, not a whole list, just one. Write it down, say it out loud, acknowledge it, because you cannot move from something you won't even name. And now, here's the experiment. Before episode 3 drops, I want you to do that one small thing that we're working towards. Not the whole journey, just the next step. Book the therapy appointment you've been putting off. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. I don't know. Start the morning routine, even if it's just 10 minutes. Whatever your one thing is, do it. And then I want you to come back and tell me how it went. Drop it in the comments, send me a DM, book a voice session if you want to go deeper. Because this season, we're not just listening, we're actually doing. And I would absolutely love to hear about it. So that's where we're starting season 2, community. Not with a perfect plan, not with a complete transformation, just one honest question and one real move. Because that's how integration actually happens, one intentional step at a time. If you're looking for extra support in your journey, be sure to check out my Behavior Intervention Toolkit. It's right here on the table, full of resources to help you along the way. I actually fully revamped this toolkit. It has a completely different look, but it has all the same powerful, practical information. And I actually added a couple bonus pages. So definitely get into that. And if you want something more personal, my one-on-one voice support sessions are available for those deeper, guided conversations. Thank you so much for tuning into United Minds Collective podcast. I'm Pamela Watkins, and remember, this is where our minds are always better together. I can't wait to continue growing with you.